Big Ten, their official Twitter account, put up some Indiana highlights last night. I was watching this on repeat last night. The caption of this video was "The Hoosiers are back in the lab," but ultimately, what it was 13 seconds of pure dunk reels. This was like layup lines, but hey, boys, go dunk posters, and almost everyone on the Indiana team got involved. I think we got 8 different Indiana players hanging on the rim with a nice little poster dunk in this video. Mind you, I didn't realize this when I was watching this video that was posted by Big Ten, but this was posted the same day that Indiana basketball welcomed back one of the greatest dunkers I've ever seen. I would argue the best dunker in my lifetime in college basketball. Victor Oladipo was back in the gym taking pictures with Darren DeVries and staff and scrimmaging with the Indiana team. So, welcome back, greatest dunker in program history. Here's 13 seconds of our whole team dunking. Kind of love that. What's your reaction to any of this, Dion? Victor being back in the gym and or the dunk highlight reels of this Indiana team?
So Oladipo at Indiana is one of my favorite college basketball players ever. I don't think I've ever been more like torn up, I guess you could say, over an injury than I was like how Oladipo's like NBA career ended. Um, Super cool to see him in the Indiana Red again. I think that was just really dope to just see that he was around the program again in the practice uniform, so on and so forth. I really, really enjoyed seeing that. Um, yeah, I mean, this team is crazy athletic. They, I think they lack in other areas. I did have one takeaway that's a little negative. Should I not bring it up, or you think it's okay?
You can bring it up. Yeah.
Tuck looks a little big.
Yeah, Tuck looks like he's in year 5 playing for his dad, just kind of riding the wave, cashing checks.
Tuck looks a little big. Tuck
Yep.
looks like, he went to Bloomington. He's been enjoying Uptown. He's been enjoying, and he should. Tuck's a senior. This is probably it for Tuck. But I do think this team is pretty heavily reliant on Tuck, if I'm being completely honest, to create offense for himself. Looks a
Wait,
little.
also, quick question. Are you viewing Tuck as number 1 in this video?
Hold on, let me double check and look at
Yeah,
it.
let me
I
make
also might
I
be
see
referencing.
Tuck in the background only in one little clip, and that's where I agree he looks rather large. But Tuck was not one of the dunkers in this video, as far as I can tell.
I was referencing the prep for Puerto Rico video. That's on me.
Looking at the other video. Yeah, Tuck
That's on
looks
me.
big. Tuck looks
That's on
big.
me.
He's also in the background of the dunk video, not dunking, looking big. But
Well,
I wanted to make sure you weren't mistaking. Actually, it's Reed Bailey who had a couple of these poster slams.
wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I'm still watching the prep for Puerto Rico video. My bad. In that video, he makes a pass into someone dunking, and both videos are very fun. But he just looks a little big at the moment. That's all I'd say. Like he looks like he's the strength and conditioning. He's gonna have to do a little extra work on it, I would say.
Yeah, I mean he's it's like when, you have the Bachelor contestant who is like in their pure prime on their first season and then they become like a heartthrob fan favorite and they sort of take a couple years off and then they come back in year 3 or year 4 and show up to paradise. That's Tuck right now. It's Hoosiers in paradise. And unfortunately, he's packed a few on. He's still got the same baby face. We still love his game. He's still going to get roses. He's probably going to get married at the end of this. But for now, yeah, it's a different physique for Tuck than I feel like we last saw.
Do you watch the challenge at all?
Of course. Come on.
He's CT.
He is CT, isn't
He's
he? Yeah.
CT.
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, that's tough. I've always been a bananas guy through and through. Surprise, surprise.
I'm a bananas guy too. Fun fact: bananas lives 45 minutes from me.
That's special. Absolutely special. Yeah, I look, I actually like this video because I feel like people could probably tell this from the way we've covered Indiana on this channel, which the large approach has been not covering them. Respectfully, if anything like super notable or substantial has happened, we would cover it. I still like covering Indiana basketball. I loved covering this team last year. The reality is this, there's a lot less stuff to talk about with Darren DeVries' very quiet first team at Indiana than there was with Mike Woodson's blackjack playing, bar hopping, I don't know, team full of highly paid transfers. This team, I don't think paid anyone crazy amounts of money. They brought in a bunch of role players that really don't have a lot of expectations. And we know Darren DeVries is a good coach. So until we see the product, we probably don't have much to talk about. We expect him to overachieve with a bunch of names that aren't all that notable. It is what it is. Maybe that sounds harsh or mean. Lamar Wilkerson was absolutely a huge get. Tucker DeVries is a great player. Trent Sisley's a recruit that matters. There are players who matter buzz wise on this team. But the reality is this: I just haven't seen much from Indiana this offseason. We've had Indiana fans in our Discord being like, why aren't you talking about us? I'm like, what should we be talking about? Have they released practice footage I haven't seen? This is now 2 straight days. We got the practice videos that I think Carter and Riley did commentary on. And then now we got this Dunkfest and Victor Oladipo back in the gym. So there's at least a few things to talk about. I will say this: Reed Bailey has my attention. Reed Bailey has my attention. That dude just looks bouncy. He looks athletic. He looks like he's moving very well. Indiana fans have tried to tell me they think Reed Bailey's going to be a star this season. And I've laughed at that mostly. But just off of this dunk video alone, him and Trent Sisley look like they're going to play roles on this team. And I'm in. Between Sam Alexis and Reed Bailey, I think they've got some good options in the front court.
Are we gonna get the Reed Bailey commit video?
I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're past due for that.
Shout out Dr. Doctor. Shout out Dr. Doctor. This team does look genuinely interesting though. And for what it's worth, Indiana fans, like, cause obviously you see a lot of it in the Discord and in the comments, like they want more coverage on the channel. I get it. I get it because you're excited. You finally have a team that feels competent. I think no coverage is good coverage for Indiana for a little bit though.
Yeah.
And whether that's us, Big Ten Network, like whoever, I think if no one's talking about your program for a little bit, Indiana fans, I think you're doing everything correctly.
Also, if this goes like Michigan's first year with their new coach went, that was the exact formula. Jawan got out and it was silent until like October. And I was like, are they even playing basketball? Is Dusty just riding his bike to work? Then all of a sudden they showed up to practice and the team was really good. And I was like, oh shit. And then you started to see Dusty open up the doors to media, a lot of practice footage, a lot of things. This summer's been a totally different vibe to it than last summer. I think that's sort of the case study for what Darren DeVries could become at Indiana.
I do think that was a bit of my fear with Darren going to Indiana when it first happened, though, is I don't think he's ever gonna want to open the doors.
Just not how he's wired.
I don't think that's how he's wired. I think what you're experiencing this offseason is exactly who he is. And for what it's worth, I think he's built a good team. I think he's going to continue to build phenomenal teams if Indiana has the patience to allow him to have the time to do it. But that showman aspect that I do think Indiana fans want as much as the ball coach, I don't think that's him.
Yeah. Yep. I think that makes sense. But, anyways, this is the first thing this summer that has me excited, I would say, for Indiana basketball. I like these videos. And honestly, anytime Victor Oladipo's in the gym, it's going to get my attention.